After 6 years of playing through 4 iterations of Forza Horizon, I thought I was going to become tired of the same formula, but after spending a week with Forza Horizon 4, I'm happy to report that Microsoft and Playground's take on open world driving is still refreshing as its debut in 2012. Forza Horizon 4 brings open world racing to United Kingdom. Like previous games, you drive around a small fictitious version of the country with inspiration being drawn from real-world landmarks. As an Australian, I will always have a bias towards Horizon 3 for taking place in the land down under, but there's no denying this is the most beautiful looking Horizon to date. As I was driving around the English countryside, I couldn't resist admiring the landscape and the technical accomplishments of this engine. The game was also built with the Xbox One X in mind. On the original Xbox One, the game runs at 1080p 30 frames per second, while owners of the Premium X model are given the choice between running the game at 4K 30 frames per second or 1080p 60 frames per second. The footage you're watching was captured using the performance mode on the Xbox One X. This always boils down to personal preference, but the faster frame rate really improves the responsiveness of the controls and makes it impossible to go back to 30 FPS. Probably the most advertised feature of this game is a new weather system where you can drive through all 4 seasons. Not only does this changing of seasons offer a constant shift in visuals, but also changes the driving conditions. This definitely is one game that never becomes repetitive. Fortunately, this game isn't just a pretty face. It plays like a dream with tight responsive controls being the order of the day. The total car roster is comprised of 450 vehicles featuring automobiles from just about every car manufacturer on the planet, although Mitsubishi and Toyota have been omitted from the roster. In terms of racing events, you have your standard rally and street races, but there's also the over-the-top showcase events where you race against jet fighters, trains, and even a hovercraft. Fans of Top Gear are no doubt going to enjoy the showcase challenges. My favorite events will always be the cross-country races, where you drive across the various terrain destroying brick walls and fences. Other distractions include story-driven challenges, which involve doing stunts for a film director, and I can't forget the barn finds, where he hunts for abandoned vehicles including the Audi Quattro from the British TV show Ashes to Ashes.
Wicked! Audi Sport Quattro, with a siren and everything. People are saying this belonged to... Wait, in the door, are those bullet holes? Explain later. Right now, let's get this to the garage.
The greatest strength of Forza has always been its customization in terms of both cosmetics and the actual gameplay. You can freely customize the appearance and insides of every vehicle. There's even an option to change the horn to the sound of Windows XP shutting down. Nice. Sadly, there's no customization for the face of your driver, an omission made more glaring as they show them off after every race. Fortunately, the driving experience can still be tailored towards your preference. Casual gamers can enjoy the game with a driving line, braking assist, and of course the ability to rewind any mistakes, while simulation purists can switch everything off and cry tears of blood. The game does a good job of encouraging you to push yourself further by giving out more money for playing on a harder difficulty and switching off assists. But if you still choose to play with multiple assists on, the game still doles out tons of rewards. Everything you do will earn experience and cred, which in turn unlocks new prizes like cars, cash, and other customization items. The pace in which the game gives out rewards is simply overwhelming. After a few hours of play, I managed to amass a garage of a dozen cars with tons of cash to spare. The minimal amount of grinding might be the result of the game not containing the loot boxes used in Forza 7. They also ditched the token system, which was basically microtransactions used to buy cars for real money. I'm not going to give Microsoft any praise for this because they should never have added loot boxes or microtransactions in the first place. I'm glad to see they're gone, but Microsoft doesn't deserve my praise. It would be like having someone punch me in the stomach, then I praise them when they stop punching me. Despite my little rant, I still think Forza Horizon 4 is a phenomenal game and easily the best entry in the series to date. The beautiful landscape combined with the tight physics and amazing progression system makes this game impossible to put down. At the time of recording, Forza Horizon 4 is my favorite game of 2018. I can't give this game enough praise.